cup of coffee or two in the morning is good for most of us. It's been studied backwards and forwards for Parkinson's disease to cancer to diabetes, and most of the studies that have been done show that coffee is good for us, or at least it's not bad for us. But the but, and the big but, is that all those studies have been done with black coffee, right? Haven't been done with the double whipped Frappuccino that you get from Starbucks, or the cold mocha with whipped cream on top and chocolate and cream and all that other stuff. We're talking about black coffee. And that's a tough thing for a lot of people because a lot of people don't like black coffee. So maybe you're one of those people that takes a little coffee with your cream and sugar, right? And you just can't see how anybody could drink black coffee. But never fear, with these 10 simple tips, the Cooking Doc can teach you how to change your buds so you can drink black coffee just like me. Grind your beans freshly each morning. The improved flavor from the freshly ground beans may keep you from adding so much filler to your morning cup of joe. Buy flavored coffee beans like hazelnut or peppermint. Those already flavored beans won't add any sugar or calories to your morning cup of coffee. Try different types of coffee beans. You may not like the Ethiopian beans because they're too strong, but you may prefer a milder Costa Rican coffee bean. And by trying different types of coffee, you may eventually find one that you don't need to fill full of cream and sugar in order for you to enjoy it. Add a dash or two of cinnamon to the top of your coffee instead of sugar. Try an Americano instead of your traditional cup of coffee. An Americano is a few shots of espresso mixed with hot water. You can adjust the water so that the espresso isn't quite as strong, and sometimes the richly flavored espresso will allow you to drink it without adding a ton of stuff to your coffee. Buy a shot of espresso and put a slice of lemon peel in there to get rid of the bitterness. Slowly wean your cream and sugar additions over time. So week 1, you put 3.5 creamers instead of 4, or 3 creamers instead of 4. And you could do the same thing with sugar. So over the course of 6 to 12 months, you learn to change your buds so you appreciate your coffee with just a little bit of creamer or a little bit of sugar, instead of dousing the whole cup with additives. Another tip is to not make your coffee as strong. If you make a weaker cup of coffee, you may have to have 2 cups instead of 1, but you may not need to add a lot of creamer or sugar or milk in order to appreciate the flavor. This one may sound a little bit crazy, but add just a pinch of salt to your morning black coffee, and that'll remove a lot of the bitter flavor. Or try this. Stir in some cocoa powder to your morning coffee and give it a little bit of chocolatey flavor without adding a lot of extra sugar. Try these 10 simple tips and see if you can learn to appreciate the subtleties in a good, fresh cup of black coffee instead of the cream and sugar that you've been adding in that coffee for years. For these tips and more, be sure to visit my website, thecookingdoc.co, and sign up for our newsletter.